Welcome everybody to Wednesday Product Spotlight. We are glad you are here. Thank you for joining us today. Today, is it safe? Constructing walls out of block without binder and without insulation. System 3E consists of 22 unified 3E elements from Pearlite, including 6 basic ones. Excellent workmanship, precise shape, and unique properties of 3E elements make the construction easier and faster than traditional methods. 3E elements refer with their form to the Morse code. They are connected with each other using the click-click method. Say that a few times. Without the need for mortar, glue, water, and insulation. And we're going to have a fun time today. We have Peter Budnik joining us, and he is coming all the way from Poland virtually to talk about their new system. And at Dave Cooper Live, we are always bringing you the people and the processes that are building it better. Our guests and topics include experts in building systems, building science, building codes, and the tech used to build it better. We are always seeking out the best and the brightest in construction and discovering all of the ways that innovative buildings come to life. But we cannot do this without our sponsors. Forward Solutions Group in the house. Ben Hershey, Joe Butler. They are a team with more than 175 years of experience developing and specifying manufacturing for panelized, volumetric, modular industries with best practices in development and implementation. They offer consulting with investors, developers, manufacturers, builders, and using offsite manufacturing methods. Forward Solutions is driving companies to succeed where others have failed. Please reach out to Ben at forwardsolutionsgroup.com for more information. And also a big thank you to Howick. Howick is a pioneer in the technology of precision light steel roll forming machines. For over 40 years, their commitment to innovation in cold formed steel, also known as light gauge steel, precision manufacturing, uncompromising quality, and exemplary customer service have defined the Howick way. Their commitment underpins the competitive advantage enjoyed by their customers. To learn more, please visit their website, howickltd.com. All right, so let's hop into this show today. This is going to be very interesting. We're looking at a replacement for concrete for block building, a click method, all the way from Poland. It is making big gains. It is making big headlines. So without further ado, why don't we bring in Peter to join us on the show. Peter, how are you today, my friend?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. I know it's late there, so thank you for staying up after a long day and helping us. But Peter, first, you're the co-founder and VP of the Systems 3E. You have a background in stockbroker and banking and all of these things. So this is going to be an exciting conversation to, one, understand about the product, but what made you want to be an investor in this product, and what did you see in it? But first, we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Do not leave out any of the good stuff, or we will call your mother to get the scoop. Go ahead, Peter. You have 2 minutes. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Perfect. So hello, everybody. Number one, I'm an entrepreneur and co-founder of 3E System based in Warsaw, Poland. I'm also a co-founder and of an investment company, Aria, which invested in the 3E System and is today the majority owner of this technology. Well, it took 10 years and about $40 million US dollars to develop, implement, and commercialize the technology. It is the first invention in the wall construction industry in 100 years since AAC, which is autoclaved aerated concrete. And well, when it comes to this start from scratch, it was, you've got to start with the customer experience and work backward for the technology. So basically, that is how our system was invented. You cannot start with technology and figure out where you're going to try to sell it. You need to think in the way that what incredible benefits can we give to the customer. So we came up with this idea first back in 2011, and we created a model that showed that we can build this this way, just like we were kids. So no brainer. We just had to make bigger blocks and make it real.
Yeah. Well, listen, so a click method of blocks, no mortar, no glue, and you can build an entire structure or buildings out of this. Let's first, before we jump into this, Peter, because this is going to be a fun show because we're doing what I love most, and that's showing videos. So we have several videos that we're going to show you in regards to this system. So why don't we start off with that first video, and then we'll go from there. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right, let's add it.
La lampe à huile a été une découverte capitale. C'est l'ancêtre de l'éclairage moderne.
A woman in lip gloss? Lip gloss and a woman? There's no photo shoot without lip gloss.
Polish mine detector has saved thousands of lives, and its basic design hasn't changed in over 50 years.
There was a golf course, so there must be a Melix. Melix? That's what we call all golf carts.
Ich habe so etwas noch nie gesehen.
こんなの今まで見たことない。
Non ho mai visto una tecnologia simile.
Perfect. So walk us through what that video means, Peter.
Well, there are some not so obvious inventions that you may not know that they were derived in Poland. And so with our system, we joined a great fleet of global inventions that were established in Poland. So this is the video, what the video is about.
Right. And why the need for the change? So here you are, you're a banker, you're an investor, you saw this opportunity with a new block system that's out there. Can you talk us through what the block system is and what was the attraction to you to bring this to market?
Yeah, when it comes to, I'm a banker. I'm not a banker because I've been working at a bank for maximum 5 months, and I resigned. I couldn't, be creative over there. So that was the beginning of how I became an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So yeah, the world we know from the construction sites is full of mess. I'm not telling, full of mess in terms of all this wet works of this garbage we need to get rid of at the end of the construction, which generates costs. Plus, so we need to hire always highly qualified, skilled people, labor, and the whole process is always inefficient. It's we exceed the budgets we want to we have in our pocket. So basically, when we think of our system, we are giving the solution for all those issues that are very common at the construction site. So basically it.
Yeah. So you mentioned old practices, waste on the construction site, the lack of skilled labor. You guys are feeling the same pinch that we're feeling here in the United States. Is all of that's happening in Europe as well, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So what problem is System 3E solving? So if you were to say this is the problem we're solving, can you explain what that is?
Yes. Number one is time, and time is money. Always, time is always money. And even in Poland, we have a lack of labor, so we can hire pretty much anybody without experience to erect a wall using our system. And so these are three things we solve.
Perfect. So why don't we get in? Why don't we show people what the system is? You want to show that next video?
Yes, of course.
All right. Did it stop short on me?
Yep.
Let's try it one more time here. I'm not sure what's going on with that video currently. So let's talk about the blocks itself, and then we'll come back to it. Peter, so you're seeing two people move the blocks. Those blocks roughly weigh, we were figuring out the math, it's about 50 pounds each, roughly.
Yep.
Right? No mortar, no mess. How quickly can you actually install, a house?
Well, in that video, you should see that it's about 5 hours to erect a small house using our system. I mean walls, and then 5 hours for roof struts prefabricated. So basically, we erected a small house within 1 day. And I need to add some information because when we think of prefabrication and prefabricated elements, basically from wood, they are also. It is also possible to erect a house within an hour, right? But the difference is that when it comes to prefabrication methods, you need to spend a huge amount of hours, days in the factory to make that prefabricate that element, right?
Right.
And then it goes past at the construction site. Here we spend as long as 1 minute forming our element at our factory, and then it takes seconds to erect a wall, erect 1 foot or 1 square meter of the wall. So it's there's no catch in this technology. It's super fast in production. It's super environmentally friendly while all the manufacturing process, and then it's fully logical, intuitional, and also eco-friendly while erecting it. We are not using water, so you could build at the desert or freeze areas, let's say north of Canada, for example, or the middle of Nevada, right?
So it can be built in any climate, and the reason for that is you're using a product, mineral called perlite. Yeah. What exactly is perlite?
Well, it is perlite is a natural mineral with special properties, and perlite has many pores, and each pore has closed air in it, and basically that's why we do not need any additional insulation, because if we add mesh, thin layer of stucco from the internal side and external side of the wall, then the closed air is the best insulation ever existed. So also the perlite has neutral pH, so mold or fungus or anything like that will never occur. So if there's too much moisture inside, so it will make no harm to the wall thanks to perlite. It's also good for kids, good for people in health terms. It's anti-allergic, so also people with asthma are it's actually the best product for them to live in. And it's fully, it's 100% chemical and biological inert. So just, if you go to Trader Joe's and you pick up avocado, right, and it says organic, so it's the same. our product is organic, so it should be sold by Trader Joe's.
So you don't have the chemical off gassing in your product. What is the R value of the product? So what is the installation value? And it may be called something different where you're at than here.
Yep, I will answer this the other a little bit different because I'm not sure what's the R value. What I'm sure of, we have. I know what's R value. It's the measurement for thermal efficiency.
Correct.
So we might calculate this from European values. So, but when it comes to the whole European Union, as of for today, we have the warmest product in the whole European Union. There is a duopoly in Europe right now. Two big companies are in charge of the market. That is Cladded, existing for 100 years, and Wienerberger, existing for 200 years, over 200 years.
Yeah.
So both companies there for over 3 centuries, and our product that we introduced to the market 3 years ago is already better when it comes to our value. It's already better when it comes to
what's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you have a system that's fast to install. It doesn't need any water, mortar, or glue on location. You can just start stacking them on whatever footer is in place for it at that very moment. They click together. Does it absorb water?
No, it doesn't. We have an additive that's hydrophobe layer.
Okay.
So if we pour water on it, and we have that test in YouTube shown that, and it reveals that our system, our elements do not absorb water.
Interesting. And what about burn? Does it burn? Is there a fire hazard to the system being all natural?
Well, perlite is fire resistant. So those natural, that natural fire resistance is also exists also in our elements.
Sure. So I'm going to try and play the video again. Hopefully it's loading up. I know you can see it on your end. So maybe when I put it in, hit play on your end, and let's see if it's something that's causing it on that end. When we come back, I want to talk about who's using this product now.
Yep.
So let's add it and see if we can get it to play. Oop. Sorry. I'm not sure why it's doing that.
I think it got uploaded.
Yeah.
Wrong. So I
That's
made
all right.
remove from the studio, and I could upload it once again.
Okay, let's do that. If you remove it on your end.
Yeah.
So as you're uploading, go ahead and put it back in, and then we'll come back to it because we got several other videos to get through. If you are just joining us, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Peter, are you familiar with Twitch? Have you ever heard of the Twitch platform?
Well, I did, but I'm not really familiar with it. Basically, because I use only Facebook and Messenger just for mostly for business reasons. So I don't have time for too many platforms.
Well, we use Twitch because that's where the young people are. That's where they play their video games, and that's what they do. And we need more young people in our industry, right? We're aging out, and we need those young minds. So we are live on Twitch as well. So, and if you're not following Peter and what they are doing at System 3E, get out there right now let's say stop. Go after the show and make sure you follow what they're doing. And also follow Peter if you're not following Peter on LinkedIn so we can keep up with the latest and greatest. And if you have questions, please put them in the comments. If you have, if you just want to make some comments, that's great. Go for it. Communicate with each other, but put a Q in front of your question, make it easier for us to see. All right, do we have that video loaded back up, Peter?
Let's give it one last chance. Yeah, I think that it just might be too heavy for you.
Let's pull it out of there, Peter. I think that is also on your YouTube channel, so or your channel somewhere I can find it. So let's keep walking through this. Who is using your product right now? And as you're telling us a little bit about that, you got another one you want me to put up?
Yeah, let's try with this one. It's shorter and. Yeah, so the last scene you could see, for example, house estate.
Yeah, we can go there.
Near Warsaw, so yeah, it's being commercialized and.
So this right here, right?
Yeah.
So I think people are using it, and what I really enjoyed about seeing that what you had going on in the factory is it is automated. You're using the robotic arms and to pull this all together. So you have a complete factory and a system there. So looking at what we're seeing here, is that factory right there yours? What about behind it? Is that something different?
Yeah, it is our factory. The behind this white building is something different.
Yep.
The one with brand System 3, it's our factory, right? It's fully automated. At one shift, we hire 5 people, so it's so it says everything about the automation level of this factory.
Yeah, and we'll hop into that as well. Who's using the product right now, Peter? So who are your customers throughout Poland, Europe, and where you're building at now?
Well, we sell it to B2C clients and B2B clients. When it comes to B2C, we also established a service company, a construction company called 3E House. And in this case, we deliver the product, which is a finished house, almost turnkey. Mm-hmm. So this is number one, and we have huge amount of leads coming in every day, every week, every month. We gained more than 11,000 leads per year, for last year. We started our campaign exactly a year ago. That was the April 23rd. And that was actually the beginning of the pandemic, then lockdown. So basically, we didn't know what's going to happen, but entrepreneurs never have to be great. They can be scared because now. So, and there are also great companies today, like IBM, for example, that were also established in the middle of great crisis. So that was a great experience. And suddenly we got so many leads coming in, flowing in. So after 1 year, we are for sure we are number one in terms of brand awareness. So I'm going to use brand awareness. So like in States, you have Lennar or D.R. Horton that are giants in when it comes to delivering turnkey house as a product.
Sure.
So we are not that giant, of course, yet. It might take at least 10 years from now, at least. But when it comes to brand awareness, we are the leader right now, and we will be the leader when it comes to the revenues by the end of the next year. So we are moving fast. We have a great demand for our product, and the factory that we've seen in the video is it's gonna be not enough within maximum of 3 years. So we are already thinking and already seeking for the financing for the second and third factory. It's also because we started exactly this month in June campaign for Sweden. Campaign, I mean digital marketing campaign in Sweden, in Germany, and we are about to start in other Baltic countries like Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and also Netherlands. So we have many inquiries from Netherlands, and Benelux countries. So this is how we are moving.
Do you see concrete general contractors and builders embracing your product or not embracing it, or do you have a new breed of a builder that's using your product? Because when you look at the DR Hortons and some of the names that you named, most of it's stick built, or traditionally site built. So who's embracing your product?
At this stage, these are middle-sized developers and small developers. Are mostly interested in our product from the B2B sector, and also because of super high price of styrofoam, like over 100% since January this year. Developers are seeking for substitutes for their 2 or 3 layer wall. So in this case, we are in the game. Developers want our product not only because of the time, but also because even if there is styrofoam in the market, it's super expensive. So our product is the best solution for post-COVID times that are also signed with hyperinflation at the moment. Maybe not hyper, but huge inflation, and all around the world. I know in States you also have a couple points of inflation, and that's also an issue for you guys.
Hey, lumber is up. It was up. I don't know where it is today. Just about 300%.
Yeah.
300%, so you're right. So when this happens, it always makes opportunity for other entrepreneurs to come in with other products, right? So one person's loss could always be another person's gain, kind of like they say, someone else's garbage is somebody else's gold. Who knows?
Yeah.
So why don't we take a minute and we're going to go to some questions and comments. And when we come back, I want to talk to you about how your product is being mixed with other building products out there. Right? Yeah. Truss systems, siding products. How do we finish it? Those types of things. But first, why don't we do a couple comments and questions and say hello to people? All right. Andrew Wilkinson from the UK. Good evening, Dave and Peter. Good to see you, Andrew. I hope all is well. Question: Is this approved by ETAG? ETAG.
What is ETAG? Please explain.
Yeah, please explain. I don't know what ETAG is either, Andrew. You're sending us for a loop. We'll come back to that. Next comments. Tony Wang, do you need extra exterior facade to cover the cladded walls?
Yeah, so we recommend that to push. Basically, in our technical catalog, the finish wall means our element plus glue plus mesh plus a thin layer of stucco.
Perfect. Tony, thank you so much for the question. Next comment. Tom Reddy in the house. Are there any height restrictions? Great question, Tom.
We can go up to 12 meters without additional concrete structure. If we want to go higher, then we need to use concrete structure.
Perfect.
Right?
All right. Thanks, Tom, for the question. Etienne Gubler. Hey, Etienne, CEO of SIGA North America. Can you prefabricate with 3E elements? I don't know. What is? I think you might have to elaborate on that a little bit, Etienne, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Man, everybody's got questions that we're gonna get a paragraph back. All right, next question, please. All right. Okay, Mark Build Casistas, also known as Bare Naked Mark Willie from our BS Friday show. Adam White, this looks like a great application for passive. Purple by Alex White of Intelligent Membranes. For sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, love it. All right, thanks for those questions. We're going to get back to clarifying those questions. So if you could please put those in the comments. All right, Peter, let's get back into what we were talking about. And let's, some of the questions that came up is how does this product mix with other building products? So when we look at your product, you're doing these walls. Are there different? Let me ask this first. Are there different sizes of blocks, or are they all the same size?
There's always one size, but we have 22 different elements, and 6 of them are making the 80% of the wall we see. And so this is basically the base, not the base, but the most common element we have. So it's always in the middle of the wall. We also have the flat from bottom, flat from let's say from top. We also have halves. So when it comes to the modular size, so if we, in terms of what size the window should be, it means that the half of it, which is about one foot length. So we multiply the dimensions by 1 foot, basically. Okay. That is 45 centimeters. And because of the unique shape and precise workmanship, 3 elements combine perfectly, just like this. So this is actually the only technology that allows to build without mortar, glue, any adhesive. So we basically are eliminating the weakest link in the wall, which we could show right now at the very short video. That is the raw video from.
Is it this video here? Is this it?
This is it. So after burning our wall for 240 minutes, that's 4 hours, our wall was being hit with wreck ball for 3 times. The weight of this is about 400 pounds, and nothing happened to our wall. And this is the first time in the history of this laboratory in Czech Republic that was also performing for those tests for concrete materials, for red ceramic, red brick, and we are the only one that passed this test perfectly well and received A grade. So we are the only technology in the European Union that not only has greatest parameters when it comes to fire resistance, but also we got the letter +M, and that means that we have the best impact strength parameters due to lack of the weakest link in a wall, which is binder.
Right. So,
and also, I will add one other sentence that all the degrees of freedom along the X, the E, the Y, and the Z axis are eliminated, and that's why you cannot push this element, in. It's impossible. So, if a wreck ball hits our wall, we have the force is being laid down in a surface way, not point-like way.
Got it. So just to go back real quick to one of the questions, ETAG is European Technical Approval Guidelines.
Well, I'm going to answer it like this. I'm not sure because we have an R&D chef and he performs all tests and delivers all certificates. What I'm sure of, we are allowed to sell our product all over the European Union. So we could erect in Germany, in France, in Spain, whatever you want, in the European Union.
Now let's talk about building floors, right? So what would the inside of the floor of this unit be? Would it be concrete, or can we mix wood floors with multiple levels?
So our product could be used with any other products which are traditional, and there's no difference between our product and any other building product in terms of mixing it with or joining it with different products. It's just, it doesn't matter if we have a wooden floor or concrete floor, it simply doesn't matter. So we could do everything same as we do in different technologies.
Right. Let's go back to some of the comments and get those out of the way, and then we're going to carry further. I know we have some more videos that you wanted to show as well, If you are just joining us, please hit that like button right now, please. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not subscribed, because this is where all of these great people and products live. So you can go back anytime to learn and connect with whomever you want that's been on the show. All right. So going back to Etienne Gubler's comment, so my first impression is that your solution is like a very large Lego block. That's what I said, Etienne. I assume everything is built on site, or can wall elements be built in the factory, including window installation? So in other words, can you build the wall, the whole assembly in the manufacturing plant and ship it and set it?
That's an interesting question. We never thought of that, because it means like prefabrication. But basically, we build on site at the construction site. We don't want to fabricate our system at the construction site. At the factory side, basically, there are many reasons why not, but one of them is simply we don't have place in our factory for doing this. And we see no reason also for doing this. It's just easier and simpler to do it at the construction site.
But but with that, I could almost see this being layered up on a steel beam chassis.
Yep.
Smaller ADUs, smaller living accessories, and what have you. So there may be a future.
I guess. Yeah, I think that's possible. One day, maybe.
Absolutely. All right. So Etienne, again, who distributes your solution in North America?
Well, we have many people that came up to our company. Like there is some YouTube channel. I'm not going to promote it at this moment, but we had like 500,000 views within a few months, and somebody put our company video at their video, and we had like huge amount of inquiries flowing in, and within a month we received like 200 questions from people from States and Canada, and basically we have many distributors on, let's say, put on hold. Basically, because of one simple thing, we need building codes to be eligible and to get it right. So this is one thing we need to meet. We need to start with at least one state with first building codes just to make this first column step.
The ever changing and limiting us entrepreneurs building code that's out there. That's but they are making some great strides finally into the offsite market, which we're excited about. Thank you for the questions, Etienne. All right, Andrew Wilkinson, thermal acoustic performances. So I'm just going to guess at this. If it's the most insulated form of building that you're seeing in Poland and other parts of Europe, my guess is the acoustics are pretty good for holding in sound or keeping out sound.
Yes, they're also best that could be possible, and it's also because of the perlite properties, which is full of air, and that air is a great acoustic. Makes acoustic very very good.
So let's talk about your product. We saw it was tested with the battering ram ball that was hitting it. How about wind zone, flood zones? How do you work in high wind areas and flood areas?
Well, let's imagine wind hitting our wall just like that wreck ball from the video. So our wall behaves the same. Yep. What we need to do is we have to test our wall using the wind strength instead of that wrecking ball. So that is also the thing we need to do when it comes to when we will approach the states and building codes, for example, south of Florida, where the uplifts and the wind loads are hugely important when it comes to technology used for building a house. And
So these are two questions. One is, what is your best location for building? Is there one environment that's better than another, or it just works wherever you want to build? And two, what type of foundation does this sit on? And do you have to tie it down in high wind areas, or is it all just self-loading and compression?
Well, in Europe, we don't need to tie it down to foundation, just self-floating. And when it comes to best place to erect a house with our system, the best area is from, let's say, is from desert to freeze areas. So basically, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter in what condition or what weather conditions. And in Poland, we have winter that lasts for 2 or 3 months. And also in this time of the year, there are construction sites going on, and some different construction sites are being stopped because they need mortar, they need glue, they need water, so everything freezes. So this is our huge advantage. And when it comes to the question about the foundation, we use we pour a regular foundation plate, and this is the tradition of how to start the construction site in Poland and Europe. We start with foundation plate from concrete.
Yep. I know you had some more videos. Do you have anything else you want to put up there and for us to take a look at?
Yeah, let me see just for a minute.
And while you're looking for that and removing some of the other ones you have, finishes on this. Is it the same finishes you do in a concrete wall or a block wall? Can I drill into it? Can I anchor things onto it? How do I do exterior cladding? How do I do wiring, sheetrock, or is it the same process as a concrete wall?
It's the same process as the concrete wall, but it's much easier because perlite is pretty soft. And all drilling in and chiseling in is just simpler. It's just easier. So so just not only easy when it comes to erecting your walls, but it's also easier when it comes to drilling. So holes and installation groups can be drilled without damaging the durability or strength of the block. 3 walls are free from chemicals, plastic, and water, and are friendly to human health and environment. So that's an additional comment.
So I'm going to use a couple of examples. So can I cut the block? And if I cut it, does it ruin the integrity of the block?
Well, it is possible to cut our block, but it's against our philosophy. It's like, IKEA delivers whole furniture and, it doesn't give you the saw to cut something. It's also the same rule here. The only thing you need is a rubber hammer, just to make sure it's all coupled, and that is actually the only tool you need. And we may, I think I'm uploading one more video showing how to build with our system.
This it here?
No, another one.
Yeah, I'm this one.
Yeah, I'm about to upload this right now.
Okay. Yeah, and thanks everybody for your patience. We're only allowed to upload 3 videos at a time, so we have to switch them up. That's just the way the system works. Headers, and so what about like doing headers above doors and windows? How does that work? Does you can put a steel plate in there, or how do you get that to come across?
For now, we are using a concrete lintel from different company.
Yeah.
This year we got a grant for the development of our own lintels, the grant from the European Union. So by the end of the year, we will also produce our own lintels, and there will be also a mix of concrete and perlite.
Perfect. All right, that video is just about loaded. We got a comment from Andrew Seeley in the house from G-Pod. Let's take that question real quick, or comment. Perlite is a natural material limited in quantity. And Greg Ugal, let's sort of, is there a way to commercially create it?
Well, when it comes to the first question, it's actually the opposite, because if we could live up to 10,000 years or 20,000 years, then that's true. But we were making rough calculations, and if we would like to exploit all the perlite that there is, we should build about 2 billion houses, which is simply impossible. There are 1 million houses being built in the States, and that is the biggest market in the world. So it's simply impossible to exploit all the perlite. And also, if we look at the price of perlite in the past, also in the period of post-pandemia, where everything is rising, we see only a rise of inflation change, nothing else. So if we look back at the perlite prices back to 2010, there's only indexation of inflation, nothing else. So that also means that it's simply a rock that is being mined open cast. So it's just common thing, just like stone, basically. Of course, there's much more stone than perlite, but it's from our point of view, it's unlimited.
Great. We got 2 more questions, or comment and a question, and we'll get to the video. So, Greg Ugaldi in the house. Great questions and answers today, gentlemen. So, if you want to know who Greg Ugaldi is, Peter, he is the immediate past chairman of National Association of Home Builders. He's the top dog, second Greg, correct me, second largest lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. So you got the attention of Greg Ugaldi, which is always fun. And Greg was just on our show. Was it last week? Man, time flies. Good to see you, Greg. All right, perfect. All right, AJ from YouTube. Has this system been tested for air tightness? What other layers would it require for weatherproofing?
Well, weatherproofing. What other layers would it require for weatherproofing? Well, just as I said before, we use for finish wall. We use from external side and internal side of the wall. We use glue, mesh, and a thin layer of stucco. That's it. So this is all we need. Plus system block, the 3D block itself is waterproof. And when it comes to air tightness, I'm not sure if I understand that question.
So one of the things with passive house builds and today's energy efficiency builds is the air exchanges that happen through walls and through the house, and how do you get an airtight home so you're not losing energy and being able to put the systems in to circulate air and so forth, so on. So they call it the red door test, like a blower door test, where they put the red door on and test the air tightness.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure how to answer this question at this moment. But
well, I
have best features when it comes to the most strict European Union requirements.
So they're meeting the requirements. That's great. And I think, hey, maybe next time, Peter, we have you on, we'll do the red door blower test on one of the one of your units and show it. AJ says there are amazing opportunities here for robotic construction with this system. All right, AJ, thank you for the comments. We appreciate that. All right, let's go to the video.
I will just add a short comment to the video. You will see there pretty famous soccer player, Gregory Howick. That is one of the best Polish soccer players. So he may be, I don't know, it's a good comparison, but it may be like a Tom Brady for football, right? So basically, he's our one of our investors and brand ambassador. And we shot a little video where he put clothes of a construction worker and started to erect a wall with our system. So the guy with the ponytail, this guy. He's a professional soccer player, and in this video we'll see how it works.
Great. All right, let's play the video.
Music licensing reimagined.
we may stop it here.
Drogie kobiety,
Stop
dlaczego
it.
warto mi...
So as you see, anybody can build. Also, a soccer player that never erected anything in his life, meaning built in the construction terms. Now it took a couple seconds to get the construction technology right and to erect the equal wall without any mistakes. We also have a corner elements, so you always get a 90 degree. So, you can be after a couple of beers, which we do not recommend, and the wall will be always equal. The wall will always have the 90 degree at the corners.
Yeah. Well, listen, nobody recommends doing that, but my guess is it does happen, right? So, no, I think it's great, and I saw some of the smaller, blocks that you had in part of the video. So let's keep playing through, and then.
Odpowiedź jest prosta.
I mean,
Najlepsze
let's
rozwiązanie
go
dla
with
waszych...
action here, because he's doing a little talking, so in Polish. We can skip that.
Ściany domu 3
Skip it.
z naturalnego pewne rozwiązanie.
All right.
Yeah, we can turn off the video.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. Peter, this is pretty awesome stuff. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for what you guys have put together here, and we look forward to having you guys back on the show to talk about your successes as you're growing this and getting to the different countries and all of that. Is there anything in this conversation that you would like to say or that we haven't covered? I know there's a lot of details, but as an overview, is there anything that you'd like to say?
Well, I would say that a 10-year journey was a bumpy road. We started from scratch, so I learned absolutely never to give up. Be persistent, be humble and patient, but confident at the same time. And that is my simple recipe for starting from scratch. We entered a very status quo branch of business, which is construction site, where last true invention was like a century ago, which is AAC, which is aerated concrete, invented in Sweden by Mr. Ericsson. And since then, nothing really big happens until we introduced our system. And we are making a change in the industry right now, a shift that will last at least a decade till we have 1% of the EU market. That's the minimum time needed to get the 1% of the market, or maybe 15 years. But still, the market is still so huge that this 1% will make us huge also. So sure. We are patient. We are working hard. More and more customers are coming in, and our next bus stop is US. This is the market we are about to conquer this year, and definitely next year. We would love to have at least one state with building codes and be able to erect the first building in states.
Yeah, outstanding. I look forward to it, and I look forward to having you back on the show to talk about your success. And who knows, maybe we can showcase your first building right here live on Dave Cooper. That's wherever it's built. Wouldn't that be fun? So, Peter, thank you, Peter Budnik, so much for coming on our show today. Everybody else, we're going to run through what we have coming up this week. So, Peter, don't go anywhere. I'm going to go full screen for a second here. Then we're going to come back and wrap up the show. All right, so you definitely want to tune in Friday on BS Friday with Mark Bare Naked Willie and I, as we have the one, the only Doug Farr, architect, urbanist, author, who is passionate about using cost-comparable, resource-conserving alternatives to traditional design and construction. This is round 3, and Doug Farr is one of the most world-renowned architects when it comes to this. You do not want to miss it. He always draws a big crowd. In fact, Mark and I joke, we don't even have to say anything when Doug's on because he keeps running with it. July 5th, we are going to talk about lumber prices, supply chain, transparency with Ashley Buchalt from Materials Exchange. Why go to the lumberyard? Buy your lumber direct at cost and put out the bid to get your lumber at the price that you want it. That's what Materials Exchange has done. So you're not going to want to miss this show with the Materials Exchange. July 6th, live factory tour. We're on location at Lowe's Truss, a third generation owner operator set up for the next generation of construction, technology and automation. And we want to thank our friends at Forward Solutions Group for having us go out there with them. We're going to have a great time. Put it on your calendar, July 6th. So we are on our road show. We are heading to the Washington State. So if you're there, then to Oregon, and then down into beautiful sunny California, where you will see us going live at multiple other locations. So we love it. We're going to have so much fun. All right, listen, Peter, we appreciate you very much. Don't go anywhere. Everybody else out there, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us to hear what Peter has to say. Andrew, I couldn't agree with you more. Great show topic. Well done all. Andrew G Pod, love it. Oh, like it, conquered. Peter, hey man, you're getting a fan club, Peter. You may need a manager. You may need a fan club manager. All right, everybody, listen, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching Dave Cooper Live. Please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe if you have not already. We could really use more subscribers there, and you get all the benefits of every show that we've ever done, and we are pushing close to 500. So go there, check it out. Peter, don't go anywhere. I'll come back to you after the outro, everybody else. Until Friday, we'll see you then. Bye now.